Hello folks, I've got some more lease deals for you. Today's video is sponsored by ALA Insurance and I'm showing you deals from leasing.com, their biggest comparison site for leasing deals in the UK. Let's get started. We're starting off with the EVs, we're then doing plug-in hybrids, then got petrol and diesel cars, and then finally we've got commercial vehicles. Everything's time-stamped, so if you want to go past the section, just look for those timestamps and fill your boots. We're starting off with the BYD Dolphin Surf Hatchback. This one's the 65 kilowatt boost edition, 200 miles of range, 12.1 second 0 to 62 time, 308 litres of boot space. It's a 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. We are looking at about $950 up front and $195 a month. Vauxhall Frontiera GS, just under 900 up front and 236 a month, 186 miles of range, 12.8 second 0 to 62 time, and 460 litres of boot space. So pretty good if you want something around town, but you want a bit more of an SUV type sort of driving position and a bit more boot space. MG4 hatchback. This one is the SE long range. 261 a month with just over $1,000 up front, about 1,100 up front. No range figures. A lot of the figures seem to be missing from this one, which is useful. But I can tell you it's about 7 second 0 to 62 time, about 280 miles of range-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year, £261 a month. Looks like a bit of value. The Renault 4, first time we've had one of these on lease deals of the week. This is the Evolution Comfort range. 247 miles of range in this one, 420 litre boot space, 8.2 second 0 to 62 time. If you haven't seen a Renault 4 yet, it looks a bit like that. It looks a lot like that, actually, because that is one. 269 quid a month, 807 up front, no admin fee on this one. 10,000 miles a year, 3-year deal. Next, we've got the Amoda 5, 280 quid a month. It's quite a lot of car for 280 quid a month. About 1,200 up front, 10,000 mile, 3-year deal. 257 miles of range, 380 litres of boot space, 7.2 second 0 to 62 time. They come fairly well loaded. The build quality is a lot better than most people would expect. And I think you're getting a hell of a lot of car there for 280 quid a month. If you want a bigger car, if you want one with 7 seats, you've got the Peugeot E5008 Estate in GT trim. This one is just under 1,300 up front and £368 a month on a 2-year deal, 10,000 miles a year. 308 miles of range, massive boot in this, 7 seats, 9.7 second 0 to 62 time. Not too bad. A Nissan Aria, this one's been around for a couple of weeks now, and to me it's just sensational, the value this one provides. Again, we're missing a lot of the stats on this. Must be some sort of gremlin in the system today. £371 a month with about $1,450 up front. This is the Advance. This one's got the 22 kilowatt hour charging. So if you have got the capability to do that at home or at work, perhaps you can take advantage of it. I've also got the all-wheel drive system on this one and the bigger battery. So that's a fairly uncompromising big family SUV. £371 a month, $1,450 up front on a 3-year deal with 10,000 miles a year. Ford Capri is next. Big mileage on this one, 389 miles of range, 572 litres of boot space, 6.4 second 0 to 62 time, 384 quid a month with 11.53 up front. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the way the thing looks, and I'm certainly not a fan of the Capri badge being on it, but on paper, that's quite an impressive car, especially for this kind of budget, under 400 quid a month. Well kitted out inside. Nice enough thing to drive, in fairness. 384 quid a month. The Polestar 4 is still just absolutely stunning value at the moment. And I want to show you how good the value is on this. This car, if you were to buy it, £61,000, all bar the shouting. The Polestar 2, which this one's £49,000, is 555 quid a month. The Polestar 4 is 466 a month. You know, the pricing on leasing sometimes just doesn't make sense. And this is one of those times. This is exceptional value right now. 385 miles of range, 7.1 second 0 to 62 time. If you want the faster one, the ridiculous one, 3.8 second 0 to 62 time, you're looking at about 20 quid a month more than we're looking at here. Up front on this is about 1750. then 466 a month, 3-year deal, 10,000 miles a year. That's a lot of car and a lot of value in my personal opinion. Audi A6 e-tron Avant. This one's the Sport automatic, obviously. 361 miles of range, 7-second 0 to 62 time, and 502 litres of boot space. 2-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. About £1,800 up front and $518 a month gets you into that. 502 litres of boot space. And there you go. It's just a big electric A6. What's not to like, folks? Here's a car that gets me ever so flustered. 3.5-second 0 to 62 time. About 270 miles of range from memory. Again, we've lost some of the numbers on this one. £613 a month, $1,800 up front on a 2-year deal, 10,000 miles a year. Is, of course, the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. If you want a normal Ioniq 5 at the moment, loads of deals on leasing.com, link in the video description and popping up on your screen. About 380 quid on a 3-year deal with 10,000 miles a year. So not too bad at all. And it's a brilliant car, the standard Ioniq 5. The Ioniq 5N is just otherworldly. The Ioniq 9, this is the huge, monstrous SUV that I've recently reviewed. At the time I reviewed that, I looked at the leasing prices and it was about £950 a month. And that was, I don't know, a month ago, tops, I would say. 385 miles of range on this one, 9.4-second 0 to 62 time. 338 litres of boot space, but that's with all the seats in place. If you pop the back seats down, the boot is gargantuan. 2,145 up front and $715 a month. If you were to buy that car, it's £64,000. 3-year deal, 10,000 miles a year. If you were to buy this one, it's £88,000. 839 quid a month with £2,500 up front on a 3-year deal, 10,000 miles a year. Again, we're missing the numbers on this. But you are looking at 300 miles of range on that one. And then finally, we've got the Lotus Emea. My chum Alex, that I do the Charging Status podcast with, if you haven't listened to that, please do. Please subscribe. There is a YouTube channel for it. He's got one of these on test at the moment, the Lucky Devil. And he had a big smile on his face when I was talking to him about it the other day. Actually, a bit sickening. 3,200 up front and 941 a month. Please lend me one, Lotus. 360 miles of range, 4.15-second 0 to 62 time, and 509 litres of boot space, 20-inch alloys. There is also a spicier version of this. It's the R, and which I think it takes your 0 to 62 time down to sort of sub 3 seconds from memory. But that's about 1,200 quid a month. And I think 4 seconds, it's fast enough for anyone, isn't it? And no, I'm not going to make the obvious jokes. I'm far too grown up for that. Massive thanks to ALA Insurance for sponsoring today's video. ALA are one of the leading providers of ancillary insurances in the UK. That means things like gap insurance, which you should definitely consider if you are leasing a car, if you're spending good money on a used car, or perhaps even buying a new car. But you can shop around for it. You don't have to take it from the dealer, and that's where ALA comes in. They can also offer you things like breakdown cover, car warranty, scratch and dent insurance, alloy wheel and tyre insurance. Everything's available on their website, which is ala.co.uk, or you can call them on 01653 916 304. And if you quote Jim10 either at the checkout online or indeed over the phone, you'll save 10% on their prices site-wide. So well worth doing that. They don't have salespeople, they have customer service people. No one's on commission. So they're there to help you make your buying process as simple as possible rather than sell you something you don't want or need. And that's a really important thing, I think. And part of the reason we get on so well. Massive thanks to ALA for sponsoring today's video. And don't forget to use that code Jim10 to save yourself a few quid. Starting off with the plug-in hybrids now. If you've just flicked to this part of the video, you will see we are missing some stats at the moment, just due to a little gremlin on leasing.com site, which will be fixed shortly, I dare say. So feel free to click the link in the video description or scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you there, and hopefully the stats will have appeared by the time you do that. Cherry Tiggo 7 plug-in hybrid. It's the Aspire spec. This is essentially a version of that super hybrid system that sits in the JQ7, etc. So you've got really good all-electric range, upwards of 50 miles plus of all-electric range. But if you're driving the cars combined, very efficient. Basically, that super hybrid system works by the battery always powering the electric motors. Obviously, you can charge that battery with a normal sort of car charger, but also you've got the engine sitting there as a secondary power plant, and the engine's always running like optimum RPM, etc. So it all works nice and efficiently. You also get a big warranty on Chery. I had one of these in Spain last summer, and it's a different name over there. It's called an Ebro S7 over there. But essentially the same car. Couldn't really fault it. So 1,200 up front, 285 a month, 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. We've also got the Hyundai Tucson. This one's been around for a little bit. It's still in stock. 1,300 quid up front, 344 a month. Good deal on that one. The Passat. Now this is an interesting one. 355 quid a month with 1,400 up front. This one's the match, but if you want to go all the way up to like Black Edition, it's only about another 30 quid a month, something like that. So it's not too bad at the moment. This is the best price I've seen it, I think. Over 70 miles of all electric range in this car. So it is a proper plug-in hybrid that's not as compromising as they once were. In fact, here is that Black Edition, 1130 up front and 376 a month on that one. So you've got a slightly low deposit but higher monthly payment, but you're getting the highest spec car. Folks, just a very quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks. JQ7, I've just told you all about the Chery Tiggo 7. JQ7 is the most popular car on leasing.com in recent times. They awarded it their car of the year, £367 a month with 1,100 up front, 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. I have recently reviewed one of these, so if you're in two minds, go and check it out. But they are selling bucket loads of these cars at the moment, and indeed leasing bucket loads of them. Audi A5 Avant. Now we're seeing the saloon here, and that's probably because of the aforementioned gremlins in the system today. 2-litre TFSI 299 E-Quattro Technic, 395 quid a month with 1,450 up front. Once again, you can go up to S-Line and beyond in terms of trims and things. You'll just be paying an extra 20, 30 quid a month if you do. 2-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. Very good car. Again, very good all-electric range on those. And then look at this one. This is bonkers. Like for a long time, these were over £1,000. And then in recent times, they came down to about 650 a month, something like that. We're now at 550 a month. It's the Jeep Grand Cherokee SW, 2-litre turbo, 4xe PHEV limited automatic. 3-year deal, 10,000 miles a year. We're looking at 1,950 up front and 550 a month, which feels phenomenal to me for a car that costs, what does it cost? £73,000 nearly, or £72,000. And it's just huge. This thing's an absolute tank of a machine with room for you, your kids, the dog, a piano, all that sort of stuff. 550 quid a month with 1,950 up front. Onto the standard petrols and diesels now. We've got the Chery Tiggo 7 again. This is just the petrol version, 1.6 with the dual clutch automatic transmission. 1,100 up front, 254 a month, 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. 40 mpg on it. It's the only real downside, but that's, you know, it's not terrible. It's a really good sized car for that much money. Nissan Duke, look at this, in stock at 941 up front, 213 quid a month, 49 mpg. It's the Accenta Premium 1-litre petrol. It is the manual, which is no bad thing. I prefer the 1-litre manual over the hybrid, actually. I just think it works a bit better in this particular Nissan. In stock, 219 quid a month. Another small manual car, 663 up front and 221 a month, 50 mpg. Peugeot 208 1.2 PureTech 100. Then we've got the Renault Symbioz. 1.3 TCE 140 Techno, £245 a month with about 1,150 up front, 48 mpg, 27 grand if you were to buy that car, 2-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. This is still around, and the value is just stunning on this. You've got 600-litre boot, 60 mpg, which is achievable. Automatic 1.8 hybrid design Toyota Corolla Touring Sport, 851 up front on a 3-year, 10,000 mile a year deal. That is a bargain. Toyota CHR 1.8 hybrid icon with the CVT auto, again 60 mpg, £287 a month with about 1150, 1200 quid up front. I've reviewed one of those, so go and check that video out. Vauxhall Grandland hatchback 1.2 hybrid 145 GS with the automatic gearbox. 2-year deal on 10,000 miles a year, 50 mpg, £291 a month with 1100 up front. Nissan X-Trail, this is the 7-seat version of the X-Trail. It's the mild hybrid Accenta Premium with the automatic gearbox, 40 mpg, 1200 up front, 292 a month on a 3-year deal. Again, 10,000 miles a year. It's always 10,000 miles a year, pretty much. Cupra Leon's always a favourite. It's the 1.5 TSI V2. V2 is a great spec in Cupra, 49 mpg. £305 a month with 1250-ish up front. And this one looks like a great deal. It's the Volvo XC40 2-litre B3P plus dark auto. So it's the petrol automatic, 42 mpg on this one. You're looking at 1450-ish up front and 358 a month on a 3-year 10,000 mile deal. That's a car that's routinely 450 quid a month for 358. So this looks like a good time to get yourself in one of those. Cupra Terramar V2, again with the automatic gearbox, that 1.5 litre ETSI mild hybrid, 47 mpg, automatic, 2-year deal on 10,000 miles a year, 1450 up front and 360 a month. And then finally, we've got the big daddy. It's the VW Touareg 3-litre V6 diesel, 4Motion, Black Edition, Tiptronic Auto. It's got everything. 695 quid a month with 2,100 up front, 34 mpg. You could tow a small housing estate with this thing and still burn up a 1-litre Fiesta at the traffic lights. So it's got a bit of everything, this one, folks. 695 quid a month, 3-year deal and 10,000 miles a year. Onto the commercials, we've got a mixture of electrics and diesels in this, and they're just all mixed together. We're starting off with an electric one. It's the Kia PV5 Cargo Electric. Been amazing deals on these for a little while now. 755 up front and 185 a month. Of course, these prices are excluding VAT on the commercials. The other stuff was all including. Commercials are excluding. 184 miles of range in this one. But if you want the one with a bigger battery, that gives you 258 miles of range, 236 a month with 908 up front. Both of those are 2-year deals. Then we've got the Fiat Scudo L2 diesel, 247 quid a month with just over £1,000 up front, 38 mpg on that. Decent size L2 van. I'm sure many of you are pretty familiar with the Scudo. 250 quid a month gets you in one of those at the moment. If you want something a bit bigger, you've got the Renault Master MWE diesel, MM35 blue DCI 130 advanced medium roof van. If you want the full version, that is. 278 quid a month on a 3-year deal, 10,000 miles a year. We're looking in the region of 1150 up front, 14.3 second 0-62 time, 38 mpg. Volkswagen Transport is the T30 diesel, 2-litre TDI 110 commerce van, 280 quid a month with around about 1150 up front, 40 mpg on that one. You can also get that in electric form. 196 miles of range, 287 a month with a similar up front, about 1150. Then, of course, we've got the VW ID Buzz, 278 miles of range in that, 7.9 second 0-62 time, £314 a month with 1250 up front. Toyota ProAce Max L4 Electric. So this is going to be a big beast. No pictures for this one yet. 252 miles of range, 10 second 0-62 time, 949 up front and 316 a month. Then got the Ford Ranger Wild Track, so dual cab pickup, 2-litre Eco Blue. It's actually the Wild Track X 205 Auto, 27 mpg, 10.5 second 0-62 time, 36 month deal on 10,000 miles a year, 430 quid a month with 1,300 up front. And last, we've got the Land Rover Defender 90s, the commercial version with 3 seats in it. It's the D250 Hardtop X Dynamic SE Auto. 1,500 up front, 517 a month. 8.1 second 0-62 time, 33 mpg. Folks, please use that link to leasing.com. It does pop up on the screen throughout the video. You just scan that with your camera app on your phone, or you can go into the video description and click on the link from there. It tells them I sent you, and that keeps the lights on for me. And please go and support my sponsors, ALA Insurance. Once again, if you are thinking about leasing yourself a vehicle, you should be considering gap insurance and perhaps have a look at some of their other products as well. Thanks ever so much for watching, folks. I'll see you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.